Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a really powerful story today, one all about self-worth and, finding that hidden value in our own imperfections. Whether you're a total perfectionist or just someone who occasionally wrestles with a bit of self-doubt, and honestly, who doesn't, this narrative holds up a brilliant mirror to how we actually view our own shortcomings. Okay, so let's set the stage here by framing our mindset around a super simple but absolutely profound question. What if the very things you perceive as your biggest flaws are actually your greatest strengths? We literally spend so much of our lives trying to patch up our cracks, hiding the stuff that we think makes us, less than. But what happens when we just shift that perspective? Keep that in the back of your mind as we walk through today's story. Section 1, The Tale of Two Pots and a Daily Routine of Burden. Let's get into it. So picture this. Every morning, a hardworking farmer walks a long, really grueling path to fetch water. He carries two clay pots balanced across his shoulders. Now, the contrast between these two vessels is night and day. On one side, you've got the perfect pot. It's pristine, it's proud, and it delivers a full measure of water every single time. But it's also constantly mocking its partner. And on the other side, we have the cracked pot, just silently absorbing this daily dose of shame, all because of a tiny little leak in its side. And to put the reality of that perceived failure into perspective, look at this number, 50%. Because of that one small crack, exactly half of the water just leaked right out onto the path before the farmer even made it back home. Day in and day out, the perfect pot delivered 100%, while the cracked pot only ever delivered half. Looking at it like that, it's pretty easy to see why one felt so incredibly superior and the other felt completely broken, right? Moving on to Section 2, The Burden of Imperfection and the Weight of Daily Comparison. Because, see, the physical leak wasn't the only thing draining the cracked pot. The emotional toll was just agonizing. Every single day, the perfect pot would hit it with this, "Look at you, you're useless. Half of your water is always gone before we even reach home." Ouch. The cracked pot never even argued back. But those words, they slowly made it feel entirely, utterly worthless. Which brings us to Section 3, The Breaking Point, and an emotional apology. Eventually, you just can't hold all that shame in anymore. The cracked pot reached its absolute limit and offered the farmer this truly heartbreaking apology. It said, "I'm broken. Every day I lose half the water. Please forgive me." It genuinely, 100% believed that its little flaw meant the farmer's grueling labor was totally wasted. But get this, look at how the farmer actually reacts. Instead of scolding the pot or, agreeing that the work was ruined, the farmer just stops. He looks at it with so much kindness and asks this incredibly empathetic question. "Why are you crying, my friend?" He doesn't see a broken tool at all. He sees a companion who's hurting. When the pot tearfully explains its shame over the leaked water, the farmer just smiles. He tells the pot not to worry and makes this huge, profound promise. "Tomorrow, I will show you something, and after that, you'll never feel useless again." He's totally setting the stage here for a completely different kind of journey the next morning. Because he knows the pot doesn't need to be fixed, right? It just needs a shift in perspective. Section 4, A Beautiful Revelation and Changing the Lens. Sure enough, the very next day, on their usual walk back from the well, the farmer tells the pot to just look down at the side of the road. And to its absolute shock, it doesn't see just dry, dusty dirt. It sees these stunning, blooming flowers all along its side of the path. Red, yellow, and pink flowers just swaying gently in the morning breeze. For the first time in what must have felt like forever, the pot completely forgot its sadness. It looked at all that beauty and actually felt a real spark of happiness. But you know how our brains work. That joy, super short-lived. As soon as they reached the house, the pot's heart just sank all over again. Because it realized that despite all those pretty flowers, half of its water was still gone. It whispered to the farmer that it had, once again, failed. This is where the farmer flips the script completely. He says, "No, my little friend, you don't understand yet. Didn't you notice something? The flowers were only on your side of the road, not on the perfect pot side." And boom, here is the ultimate twist of the whole story. The farmer reveals his grand design. He's got this wide smile and he says, "Because I have always known about your crack, that's why many months ago I planted flower seeds along your side of the path." Think about that. Every single day, while they walked back home, the cracked pot was watering those seeds without even having a clue it was doing it. The farmer purposefully used the leaking water, the exact flaw the pot was so horribly ashamed of, to nourish life. Suddenly, the whole puzzle pieces together. That entire road was filled with gorgeous flowers specifically because of the cracked pot. Those tears of sadness instantly transformed into tears of joy. For the very first time, it didn't feel broken. Actually, scratch that, it felt incredibly special. The farmer reminded it that what it thought made it useless was exactly what brought so much beauty and happiness to everyone walking that path. And finally, Section 5, embracing your own flaws and our real-world takeaway. Okay, let's break the fourth wall for a second, because this isn't just a cute fable about old farming equipment. This is a massive, fundamental lesson in self-worth. Here's the truth. Nobody in this world is perfect. We all have flaws and cracks, but changing our perspective literally shifts our reality. I mean, the pot was doing the exact same job every day, but the moment it saw the flowers, its whole reality changed. The things we so quickly label as our weaknesses can actually become our greatest strengths if they're applied in the right environment. Just like that cracked pot, your unique flaws have the power to create something beautiful too. Once we drop that exhausting, impossible standard of 100% perfection, we finally unlock our true value. So, I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on as we wrap up today's explainer. Take a real look at your own life. Look at the things you constantly apologize for, the stuff you try to hide, those little leaks in your own daily routine. Ask yourself right now, what beautiful things are growing from your cracks? Find those hidden strengths, water those seeds, and just remember, you are absolutely perfect in your own unique way. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.